Yo, 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 yo. What's going on, everybody? This is a Black Manga Critic here, and we are live. We are live. All right. Yesterday I didn't stream because I wasn't sure what I was going to stream. I was going to do Blue Flag, but because there are only 3 chapters, and I don't want to start something that I don't have access to, it just bothers me. It's just not a good thing. So it's one of the reasons why I haven't started other manga that I really want to start, like Act Age and the like. So next Thursday is gonna be whatever. I'll figure out what I'm gonna do for next Thursday. I'll figure out what manga I'm gonna react to for next Thursday. But right now, Vinland Saga. All right, I got the volume on me. I think when it comes to Vinland Saga, I might keep the first volume and then like in the future buy it digitally, just because it's a lot. Like the volumes are pretty big. They're light, but they're still like they're thick, you know. So I think I'm gonna buy them digitally from now on. When it comes to certain like volumes that are this long, that like for a series that's this long. All right. Anyways, let's get into it. We read chapters 1 to 3, I believe, last stream. I want to say. Let me see. Let me look at this. All right, because those chapters were long. Like chapter 3 was long. Like 1, 2, and 3 were very long. But like the chapters that come after that are relatively like regular. Like they're regular sized, I guess. Like they're normal in that sense. But those first 3 chapters were long. I guess because there was so much content and they wanted to, sort of introduce the reader to the sort of like context of everything and what was going on, and us to know more about Thorfinn and his background and where he comes from and all that. So I understood that, and Askeladd as well, just to kind of get like an idea of who they both are in a general sense, before moving on to more normal sized chapters, I guess. Anyway, let's get into it. Let me see. Chapter 4 is on page 171. Maybe I only read chapter. I might have only read chapter. No, let me see. Let me see something real quick, y'all. I just gotta check like my videos and see where I went up to, because I am a little bit confused at the moment, and I just gotta make sure, y'all. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Usually I'm really good about checking beforehand, but I just gotta check. Open link. It's gonna take me like a minute or two to check, or a minute. Let's see videos. Ta-da. 5 videos. Let's see. Vinland Saga. What did I read? Let's see. I read chapters. Yeah, I read chapters 1 to 3. All right. Let me check the page numbers again because I gotta make sure I'm reading what I'm supposed to be reading. So chapter 3 starts on 133, ends on page 170, I guess. Yeah, okay, I remember this. Okay, I remember. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I got it. Yep, I remember this. Right. Okay, so chapter 4 is entitled Unbreakable Chains. Let's get into it, y'all. Apologies, many apologies. Alright. That was completely unprofessional and I won't do it again. Alright, but anyways. Alright, Unbreakable Chains. So this scumbag, Leaf, is looking for one of his slaves. Just like anybody that owns like slaves or believes in like slavery as something that makes sense is like trash like that. Yeah, it is what it is. All right, you trash immediately, automatically. All right. Okay. It's Halfdan and his henchmen. Over 30 marching into town. They landed without permission, going on about a slave or some nonsense. Leaf's out there trying to smooth things over, but it looks as though the younger men might butt heads at any moment. We need you now, Thors. Oh, that's not Leaf. That's Halfdan. Okay, Halfdan is a scumbag. Leaf is the guy who was trying to calm him down. Okay. All right. Thors. He stopped breathing. Huh? Strike him. Shout to get his attention. Who's that? I don't think I've seen him before. Well, this just happens to be a distant relative, see? He came to visit us all the way from, I can't pronounce this. Reykjavik, I guess? But with the recent chill, he unfortunately got sick. Go on. You don't want to catch what he's got. Oh? Hang on. Such a shame, really. He's been bedridden since he arrived. I'll have to give you a proper introduction when he's better. Okay. I'm coming in a moment. Urge everyone to keep level heads. All right. Oh boy, still with his chain, man. It's got scumbag. Okay. Chains are the only neckwear that truly suits a human being. You know what's interesting about that is like, you would like, it's like, he doesn't realize how like ridiculous like what he's saying sounds, right? Like it's like, do you believe that you should have like chains around your neck and like you should be a slave? Like, just gross. Not gold, not silver, cold iron chains. Only a chain of hard iron around the neck can turn a man into something better. We ought to pay our respects to this most sublime of inventions. Do you not agree? One of my slaves cut his chains and escaped last night. Do you have any ideas? Scumbag. He is a young Slavic man with an iron ring round his neck. There was a blizzard last night. It's quite possible that he came to this village to find shelter. We must investigate. Keep your flimsy excuses, Halfdan. This is just your chance to settle our old score, isn't it? What's the story here? We've had several squabbles over the boundaries of grazing land between our village and his. They like to barge onto our territory and harvest our grass for their winter stock. People on both sides were getting hurt, so we just had it settled at the last thing. Okay, a thing is a Viking assembly. Okay. You, boy, I recognize your face. I lost my left arm in a fight with you, yo. It was taken clean off with a scythe, bruh. How do we settle this then? I remember your face too. It belongs to the man who cut off my brother's leg. Huh. Knock it off, Ari. That should have been addressed at the thing. Don't try to stop me, Leaf. Is that reparation meant to help my brother walk again? It's not over until I've taken a leg of his in return. That's more like it. We'll settle this with words. Swords. The laws and the things are dog do. Oh, that was dope. Okay, this guy, yo, he a scumbag, but he can use those chains. He said, whoosh, whoosh. Grab the sword out this man's hands with the chains. Okay, your Kuda Pika over here. Halfdan, I will chain you. What? Oh, he said, put the chain around his head and damn. Yo. Oh my goodness. Wow, that, and with the quickness, yo. I will not tolerate insults to the law. The law is a chain. Only when he is chained does a savage become a man. Do not forget this. This man trash to the nth degree. A slave of mine cut his chains and escaped. Do you have any ideas? Yo. Okay, so now we're shifting to the dude that escaped. Okay, where am I? I thought I was in Iceland. Excuse me. I thought I was in Iceland. And he's looking at the sky, and it's like a beautiful day. I've never been so at peace. Okay, and he's looking, and he's like, oh, you about to die? Hang in there. Look at me. Can you hear me? Don't leave us. Wake up or you'll die. Thor's, I think he's... Dad? Mom, sister, you're all here? I was so worried. After we were sold off, I thought you'd be dead. But where is this? Why am I here? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Far to the west, across the sea, there is a place called Vinland. It is warm and fertile, far from slavery and the fires of war. No one can reach you there. What do you say? Will you live there with us? Vinland. So this is Vinland. I see. Boom, somebody came in. There you are. Forgive my intrusion, Thors. I am only here to retrieve my slave. I am its rightful owner. I will have it back. Come, Thorfinn. Come. Oh, I said come, Thorfinn, as if that other dude said it, but it's come, Thorfinn. Father, have done. Please, listen. We weren't hiding him from you. As I tried to explain to you earlier, my father was considerately saving your slave and nursing him back to health. Yes. Right, dear father? So let's give that man back his property. Wasn't that nice of him to come back in person to reclaim what's his? Halfdan, how much did you pay for him? 2 sheep, young ewes. Or is it ewes? I don't know. I can't pronounce it. I don't know. Like baby sheep. All right. Why, father? Don't you think that's a little rude? Oh, you men. I'll give you 3 to buy him from you. Father, I know I said I wanted a slave, but I was thinking of one a bit more lively. Ugh. Well, Halfdan, I am taking him back with me. He will be tortured before the other slaves. He must serve as a warning. Then he said 4 sheep. Yo. Did you not hear what Halfdan just said? Thor, silence. Yo. If I asked for twice that, yo, you'll have it. All ewes. All ewes. Under 3 years. Whoa. 4 times 2? Are you serious? 8 sheep for a half-dead slave. It's too good a price to refuse. I will choose the sheep myself. You're kidding. The deal's done? Thors, do you believe you have cut his chains? With those chains cut, where will you take him? Your silence is all the answer I need. Oh boy. Wow. Okay. The Northern Lights. Oh wow. Wow, he died. He said, Eva, or Ilva, are you sad? Of course I'm sad. We gave up 8 healthy sheep for a slave who died before the day was done. What is wrong with this situation? What am I doing here? Placing a burial stone. This is, I think, this chapter is probably my favorite so far, and I think the impact that it has on me is, I'm like it right now. It's really hitting. It might not seem like it, like on the outside, but it's like hitting it not in the this is hype. This is in like a very poignant sort of way. You know, it's hard to describe. Like, whew. I think any narrative that tackles slavery at a particular point, those points will always resonate with me. Always. Like I don't think there's ever been like a narrative that hasn't resonated with me in some way. And when I say that, I don't mean like I don't mean like always positively or always negatively or something like that. But like or was in a like, but always in some particular way. There's always I'll always react to it in some way. If you think about like the Rising of the Shield here, it's garbage. Like there's again anger there, but here it's like there's a lot there. It's like a mixture of things. I'll talk about it after this chapter, or after I read everything. Okay. Stupid, clueless, eccentric father. This is terrible. Learn how to haggle. Father, did we come here to escape too? Mr. Leaf says our ancestors came here from the east, that we came to Iceland to escape. Yes, that's what I said. Then, if someone wants to escape from here, where do they go? Wow, that's great. Wow. That's a chapter, yo. That was a chapter. I'm not gonna lie to you, I had a hard time reading through that. Like, I had a hard time reading through that. Wow. That was rough. I'll talk about it after I'm done with the chapters. Okay. Chapter 5. Let's move on to chapter 5. Whew. November 13th, 1002 AD. It was a Saturday, the day the kings customarily bathed, and the English were all aware of this cultural practice. Huh? Oh! Yo, dude got stabbed while he was bathing. Wow. Yo. Oh my goodness. Yo, that might be, that's like how you transition from chapter to chapter. Like that might be one of the just one of the best like transitions between chapters I've seen in a long time. Like yo, first we have this very incredibly poignant chapter talking about like sort of what it means to escape from slavery, what it means to sort of be free in different senses, literally and figuratively, right? And at the end of that chapter is just like wow, and Thorfinn is watching and he's clearly like taking so much from that. And learning so much from that. And then we shift to this chapter where it's like, oh, the Vikings take a bath every Saturday. And then this dude gets stabbed. And it's like, what? That's wild. Wow. All right. Enemy attack. Northern England, Earldom of Northumbria. Umbria, Viking settlement. Chapter 5 is entitled Troll. Wow, what an attack. I mean, truly, this is... I don't think I ever saw anything like this in Kingdom. I don't think I ever saw anything like this. Like, there's like a sense of realism to it, right? Where it's like, if you really want to take somebody out, that's what you do. You do whatever, in this time period, you do whatever is necessary. And this is like strategy. All right. Huh. I mean, it's horrible. But wow. Ambushed, yo. Burn it all down. No mercy for women or children. His Majesty has ordered that all are to be put to the sword. Wow. Okay, so here we got folks that are training. Yeah, slash, yow. Ow, you got me. I'm dying. I'll get you next time. Alright, I killed Snorri. Spear unit, up front. Charge! And they're like little kids playing war. Kill them all! Die, die, die! Whew. Aw, man. The battle went that way. My back's freezing. How come I always die right at the beginning? Dead bodies aren't allowed to talk, Thorfinn. You're always the first one to die, Faxi. Well, the Valkyries come if you die on the field of battle. Then I can go to Valhalla and feast on meat every day. Oh, I get it now. You'd like that, wouldn't you? But you can't just die right away. They only let powerful warriors into Valhalla. So cold. I see. Does that mean my mother and sister can't go to Valhalla? Gotta question your religion, y'all. Gotta question that. You can't just blindly go into that stuff, folks. Right? Well, defeated in battle, Thorfinn? Careful not to die in the snow or you'll get sick. Mr. Leaf. That's me. What? You're leaving tomorrow? Lucky, lucky. Where are you going this time? To Norway. It's not a game, Thorfinn. We're going trading. These rugs and furs can be exchanged for wine and such things. Then I'm going with you. No, you most certainly not. Who made you boss? Pooh, you're no fun. Well, I hope you run into icebergs in midwinter then. We need wine before the end of this year. Before the end of the year. Back in Greenland, we must celebrate the birth of Jesus Christ with it. Honored be his name. Father likes mead more than wine. Why don't you ask him for some? No. There is meaning in it being wine. I was hoping I could find some in this village, but it seems I must cross the North Sea for it. Thorfinn, run and give your father a message. A warship is coming. Oh boy. Scouts. Warrior wounds, y'all. Hup. He's a blacksmith, too. Making weapons. How's that, boss? That nasty hole should be patched up. Should be patched for good. Put some water in there. Oh, yo, is he for real? This smithing was tricky work. You're putting too much strength into it, Thors. Father! I'm right here, Thorfinn. It's another warship. A really huge one. Bigger than Halfdan's. Huh? Whoa. Oh, that's massive. Wow. They demanded Thor's the troll and haven't spoken another word. When they say Thor's, do they mean our Thor's? A troll. That's not your ordinary raiding band. They're a far cry from Halfdan's gang of ruffians. And he's walking up. Aha, Thor's. What should we do? What if they attack the village? Warriors of Jom, I am right here. Wow. Yo. Whoa. They're all bowing. Whoa. They bow to Thor's. I never thought you'd follow me all the way to Iceland, Floki. Yo, I haven't seen you since that Norwegian expedition, Thor's. It's hard to imagine a man like you hiding at the ends of the earth here. State your business, Floki. In that case, first, permission to disembark. Yo. Now this makes me mighty curious. Who is Thor's anyway? I always heard he'd seen his share of battle in his youth. He must have been quite the hero. Quiet down, Ari. He's never been one to talk about himself after all. Hey, I want to see. He said something about Warriors of Jom? Anyone know what that is? Not me. Is Father angry about something? From the survivor's testimony, it seems this was a surprise attack, carried out during bathing time. Countless Danes in the Dane law have been murdered by the English. Furthermore, it's said that among the slaughtered was Princess Gunhild, sister to King Sweyn of Denmark. And now the king has the perfect pretext, avenging the death of his sister. A great war is brewing, Thors. This is where we come in. War? Shh. We Joms Vikings will be joining the Danish side. The entire fleet is amassing as we speak. An invasion of England will be underway by the coming spring. Do as you wish. This is a tiny village in Iceland, far north of the civilized world. The matters of great kingdoms across the seas are none of our concern. That's not quite true, I'm afraid. Chief Sigvaldi has ordered all forces to return to Jomsborg for further instructions. No man is accepted. None. Whether he be active or deserter. Deserter? Yo. Huh? Thor's the Troll, Jom's Viking captain. Your participation is required in this coming battle. Yo. That's a hype chapter. Look, you always know that when you see a particular character, there's more to them than meets the eye. But it's like, it's still hype. You know, it's still hype. It's still hype. You know, I love that. Thor's the Troll. This guy must be. Whew. I mean, you saw the scars. You saw the scars on his body. You know, he's looking real nice. He's looking real nice. Very attractive. Very attractive. I must say. Okay. All right. So we got Thorfinn's travels. I'm gonna look at that later. I'm not looking at that right now. It's just like a lot of information to take in. Feudal Lord Gum's village. All right. Hometown of the local Frankish clan. Thorfinn's home village. Okay. Where is that? Oh, yeah, that is, wow. Okay, I mean, it's Iceland, yeah. And, wow, they traveled super far. Wow. Traveled far. All right. I'm gonna read this some other time. I don't know how important it is, you know, but I'll read this on my own time. Okay. Vinland Saga, Chapter 6. Messenger from the battleship. Not battlefield, battlefield. Messenger from the battlefield. All right, let's go. Okay. Thor's. I should be clear. The chief is making you a very merciful offer. Thor's the Troll of Jom. Thor's the Troll of Jom. Powerful and renowned Jom's Viking captain. Once thought missing in battle after a naval skirmish in the Norwegian Sea 15 years ago. Makes his triumphant return to the fold today. This is the official story being offered to you. No further questions asked or required. This should make it quite clear how much Chief Sigvaldi values your skill. You did not need to bring a longship just to tell me that. You've unsettled the villagers. Yo. I love how unfazed he gets in certain ways. He's just like, yeah, you're not gonna pull up on me with a long ship. Alright? Messing with my village. Talking about, oh, you coming back whether you like it or not. Like, get out of here. Alright? Not today. Not today. I like it. I like the energy. Alright? Justine, hello. Yeah, that's something I definitely would like to know more about. Like, I feel like Icelandic Icelandic wars, and is it like that the history of that in relation to the rest of the world. I think, to me, like, that's something that, like, I feel like everyone should be aware of. I think people don't realize just how much. I think people realize that, like, war is a part of the collective global history. But I think people don't realize just how much it is a part of this history and how much it's affected, like, how we just do things now and how we, like, interact with different cultures and, you know, and different countries and, like, different stories and literature and all different kinds of things. It's like, it's a lot to take in, you know, when you start to think about it, you know. And I think that's probably one of the reasons why, you know, with all the death and violence and, it's a lot. Okay. You have changed. I never have imagined the old Thor saying that. Or perhaps it is this village that changed you. Ugh, crap. Run for it. Run for your lives. He looks like a monster. This is a good and peaceful place. The children speak to that on their own. No doubt war has never touched this village. Yo. It's so interesting, like, why is Thor's reacting to that particular comment? You know? And I think it's because he like normally if someone said that, there'd be a way in which you take that as just like, oh, like, I'm so glad they haven't experienced war. But he didn't say it like that. He was like, oh, they haven't experienced war. Which is sort of like, you could, like, so Thor's can read that any number of ways, but I think one of two ways. Either a threat, as in, if you don't want to come with us, we're going to show them war. War is coming here whether you like it or not. Right? Like, in that way, and I think that's what he's saying there. I think he's like, yo. War's coming whether you like it or not. They're going to experience it sooner rather than later. So you got some choices to make, right? So like he really coming at, and that's why Thor was like, oh, okay, what are we doing right now? What are you doing right now? I like it. All right, did you hear that? Brilliant, a real battle. I've never been in a battle before. He said we're going to invade England. Where's England? Can you believe it? They sailed all the way across the sea just to recruit Thors. Oh, and the second way, I mentioned that. The second way that you could read that other statement is like him saying, we might come to your village and raid it. You want to come through? You want to be a deserter? You want to betray us? We're going to come to this village and show them war. We're going to kill as many folks as we want to kill, and that's what we're going to do. And you're going to take all your stuff. You're going to take all your treasures, all your food, all that. All your livestock. Right? So either way, it's a threat. You know, it's a threat. Okay. Can you believe it? They sailed all the way across the sea just to recruit Thors. Your pa must be something special. And now we get a very good idea of like why Thorfinn is so like everything starts to connect, and why Thorfinn is like, Askeladd, you a bum. No way you would have beat my dad. No way. But do you really think they'll take us with them? Well, not a weakling like you. Oh, big talk coming from someone who's no better than me. I guess they'd only take hardened warriors. In that case, I'll pass the test. None of you have ever cut a man down, have you? Well, that's what separates the... And then he walked into somebody. Oops, sorry. Yo, he knows what it is. He saw that look in the warrior's eye and was like, oh, okay. This is not a child's errand. If you refuse to participate in the coming battle, my mission will fail and the chief will lose face. I cannot afford to go empty-handed after such an insult. You understand what I mean? The Joms Vikings. A company of warriors based out of Jomsborg, a port far to the east, in Wendland. So it turns out, in Wendland. So it turns out Thors was once a Joms Viking. Did you know about this, Thorfinn? No. Are they strong? Very. So strong, in fact. The king of Wendland is unable to levy any taxes upon them. They pride themselves on being the mightiest men in the North Sea. Withdraw! All men back on the ship! Withdraw! What was that? He sounds pissed. Heed my words, villagers. I am Floki of the Joms Vikings. I am charged with recruiting the hero Thor Snorrenson into our band. Hero? Thors has graciously heeded our call and will be providing a longship of his own. Any who would dare may travel to Jomsborg with Thors. Farewell, Thors. May we meet again in battle. Then they go away. It's war. I just his reaction, man, and everyone else is like, we've never been to war before. We're going to war. Like, and it just speaks so much volumes to what Floki was sort of talking about. We're like, oh, they clearly haven't experienced war, right? Floki's not. He's right. He's not only seeing like, oh, this place is peaceful. He's also seeing like some of these folks that are just like, well, you know, we haven't been to war. Let's go to war. Come on, let's go to war, y'all. War, yeah. Like, folks don't do that. Like, the only folks that do that are like absurdly foolish people. Like, absurdly foolish people would be like, yo, let's go to war. I'm ready for war. Let's go. Like, I'm not trying to go to war. I don't like war. I don't want war. You know? And I think it's very normal to feel that way. You know? I want to go to war with no countries. I don't want to go to I don't want to shoot with guns. I'm not trying to stab nobody. I'm not trying to do none of that. None of that. Okay? But all these folks are like, yeah, let's go. And Thoris is just like, like he's like, really? I went all the way out here and y'all folks still found me and you're trying to drag me back to this garbage? He upset. How many decades has it been? Don't tell me you're going, grandfather. I'm gonna kill me some Englishmen. It's every man's calling to die in the field of battle. That settles it. We've got to prepare for the voyage tomorrow. Time to get busy. Look at him. He's just like, ugh. He don't want to do this. Couldn't you have simply said no, Thors? I've involved a village in this madness. Years ago, I made a living by murder and death. But one day, I no longer wanted any part of it. I was tired of killing, tired of death. So I ran away. I left the battlefield. I thought I had successfully faked my death as far as they knew. Couldn't you just do it again? If I run this time, the village will pay a bitter cost. The Joms Vikings do not suffer deserters. Besides, where would I go? The time has come for me to face my past. All right, now they're building a longboat or a longship. All right, get ready to pull. All set. Heave. Ho. Wow, they really put that together. Heave. Ho. Pull, bastards. Leave? Weren't you leaving today? Thors asked for a change in plans. I'll be accompanying his warship on the trip. Ha, yes, I see. That'll make for a safer journey. Yep. And if things get hairy, we'll be there to watch your back. Wonderful to hear. Much obliged. What is with these folks and their excitement for battle? Faxi, what's the matter? Aren't you playing with the others? But Faxi understands more than anybody. He's like, I'm not trying to go to war, y'all. This is, you know, exasperating thought. Like it's like, He's like, I'm not trying to go to war, y'all. I mess with Faxi so hard, y'all won't understand. Okay. We got, jeez, Thorfinn's going crazy. Yo, Thorfinn going in. Surround him. It hurts, it hurts. You foul dog. Ugh. I got him. I killed Thorfinn. Uh-oh. Ooh. Hey, you're supposed to be dead, Thorfinn. He just killed you fair and square. Follow the rules. What's wrong with him? Are you alright? Ooh. Yep. Facts. Yo. This is good. This manga's good. I like it. I like the first 3 chapters, but I really like it right now. Like, I'm a fan. I am a fan. And what I also like is that they are legitimately taking the time to go over Thorfinn's history. Like they are like Yukimura's really taking the time to go through that history. I'm a fan of that. Like taking their time. Like they are taking their time. I like that. I like that a lot. Because everything you see, you're just like more and more you understand why Thorfinn is the way that he is. Why other folks are the way that they are. I like it. And it's engaging. It's actually engaging. I like it. And that just a few panels. It doesn't take much. It doesn't 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? It doesn't take much to understand everything that's sort of going on in terms of the feelings, how Faxi is feeling about what Thorfinn is doing. Because both of them, out of all of the children, Faxi and Thorfinn understand most as in terms of what is happening at this moment. They understand the most. Right? And of course, but their reactions are so different. And that's what I love about it, right? It's like they understand that this war thing is no joke. They know. They know. Right? They understand like, yo, folks are going like this is you got to take this seriously. Folks are going to die. We might have to deal with this one day. So there's a way that so they've both reacted to it in very different ways. Thorfinn is like, yo, my daddy, right? Thorfinn's like, yo, my daddy, all right, is a hero. I gotta live up to that. And then Faxi's like, I don't want no parts of this nonsense. I'm not trying to fight. I don't want to fight. Ain't nobody got time for that. He's not trying to fight. So when he sees Thorfinn, he's like, oh, now my friend wants to fight. He was trying to be a hero, and he's doing too much. And it's like, ugh. And he's even more upset by everything that's going on. It's very interesting that Faxi's sort of reaction to this is like similar to Thor's reaction, even though Faxi has not experienced war, right? Not really. Right. Right now, we stand a Faxi. We really do. He probably gonna end up dead. Honestly, this is like the person that's too pure for this world, right? That character in literature where you see them and you're like, oh Lord, they gonna die, right? Okay. If y'all ever read any Charles Dickens, if you read the old Curiosity Shop, Little Nell, it's like Little Nell, too pure for this world, gonna die. All right, Uncle Tom's Cabin, little racist, but little Eva. All right, this is the thing that happens all the time. All right, let's move on. Okay, moving on to chapter 7, y'all. Chapter 7. But, yo, that's what you do. You don't need 80 million, panels to depict, particular things and experiences and feelings and connections between characters. It doesn't take that much if you've laid the groundwork in the right way. If you haven't, then you gotta do too much, right? If you haven't laid the groundwork in the way that you needed to, then you gotta do way too much. You gotta do the absolute most. But if you have, you don't gotta do that. When certain things happen later on, they're just as powerful. They have just as much impact. Okay. Chapter 7. Now pull, raise mast. 1, 2, 3. Wow. They built that. They really did. The standing line's loose. It won't hold up the prow. Tighten it down. Ahoy, Thors. Can you take a look at the boy? What is it? Did you have a fight? Oh, the kids were just playing war like always. But he's in a lot of pain. I think it might be the bone. Ooh. Yep, it's broken. This is too rough for child's play. Well, I've wrapped him up good. Keep it on a splint for a month or so. Thanks, Thors. You're the best person to turn to for this sort of thing. Thorfinn did it. He's no fun to play with. He won't follow the rules, and he won't go easy on anyone. We're not going to let him play with us anymore. Is this true, son? Is this true? Was it my son? My apologies. I'll scold him well. Oh, what's the harm? It's just kids being kids. Yeah, his arm's broken. That ain't no kids being kids. That's something else, yo. Impressive, though, eh? Still 6 years, isn't he? And he's already incapacitating kids nearly twice his age. Can't wait to see how he turns out. The boy's a born warrior. That's your blood, it is. It hurts. Look at him crying. You know? As he should. As he should. I would cry. If my arm's broken, I'd be crying. And now Thor sees it. He's like, woohoo! Why, just look at me. And it's really all mine, Pa? This stuff's heavy. It's a family treasure passed down from your grandpa. Tomorrow is your first rating. Go and fight to your heart's content. You look just like me at your age. Just the part. Oh, looking good, Ari. Hey, check out mine. I mean, look at them. My family had a pole axe to use. This old girl once lopped the head off a horse in one slice. That thing's huge. If you want to get the job done right, you need a spear. Nice long range to it. Says you, shall we fight and see? And Thorfinn's just like, I can't deal with these wooden swords and shields no more. I'm too good for that. And he just tosses them. Oh, honestly, what are you doing? Don't just leave your things all over the place. Hey, are you listening to me, Thorfinn? If you don't clean up your toys, I'll throw this one out. You want that? Go ahead. I don't need it anymore. Wow. Huh? Why are you turning the storeroom inside out? Where's our weapons? Huh? Weapons? I need a weapon. If I get one. Let me guess. You're thinking, yippee, I'm gonna be a warrior and ride on father's ship. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. You're just a little boy. No amount of pleading or showing off is gonna change the facts. Wow, he opened them up and those are his father's weapons. Got them short swords, yo. Or it looks like a short sword. Yeah, it looks like short swords. Okay. Like, or maybe like a short sword and a dagger. Wow. And he whips out the short sword and he's like, it's pretty. Wow. There's the paneling here though. Bruh. The paneling though. There's so many things. I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna keep my eye out for that. Page 257. Yo. The way in which his face is reflected into the sword and the way that Yukimura makes a very to me it's a very conscious decision to draw his teeth as sort of like having like a gap that to make him look even younger than he is, which is it's very interesting. It's very interesting. Like to make the decision to say yes, Thorfinn believes that this sword is very pretty and looks great and he's enamored with it. But the sword sort of reflects kind of who he really is in a sense. And he's a child. You know? So even though he likes this weapon, it's not really his weapon. And so in some ways it doesn't kind of reflect it doesn't reflect what he would want it to reflect. Right? Very, very, very nice choice. That's dope. That's dope. That's paneling. That is paneling, and that's sort of the difference, right? This is kind of what like Yuma talks about, like a lot of the times on Twitter. Like, there's good paneling, and then there's not so good paneling, right? And this is not about whether you enjoy the paneling or you don't enjoy the paneling, but it's like, what's happening here? How many sort of like are there layers to this? Is there depth? There's depth here, and then just as we turn the page, woo, that intensity, yo. I mean, his father grabbed the blade from him. And Thorfinn's like, ugh. And then Thorfinn looks at his father. and And then the sister's like, I ain't see nothing. Just walked off. Hmm? What is it, Ilva? Do you want a sword, Thorfinn? A sword is a tool for killing. Who are you going to kill with this sword? Enemies. And who is your enemy? Halfdan, maybe? Listen to me, Thorfinn. You have no enemies. No one has any enemies. There is no one that you should hurt. Yo, man, hold on to that blade, though. Whew. That doesn't make sense. You're going off to battle tomorrow. You're going to kill enemies. Don't treat me like a child. Even I can tell when you're lying to me. Thorfinn. Woo! His hand bleeding. And he's just watching these other soldiers like gleefully like play battle. It's ridiculous. Helga. I know. Raise our son well. Oh, he's like, I know I'm gonna die. He know he gonna die. Man. Give me a sec, y'all. I'm gonna finish reading. Okay, that's the end of chapter 7. Thorfinn's just looking like, Wow. These some good chapters, y'all. These some good chapters. Right, chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna read 5 chapters and we're gonna stop there because we're not gonna do no more than that. Alright. The day's clear. Slight breeze from west-northwest. Gentle waves. Odin is in a fine mood this morning. The perfect day to set sail. Yes. Chapter 8. The journey begins. Time has come for Ari, son of Geitur, to stand up and be a man. No, Ilva. I know. Don't say it. It will not be an easy voyage. There's no guarantee that even a warrior of my stature will come home unharmed. But return I will, and I will bring you a beautiful necklace plundered from England. Can I go back to sleep now? And when I do, will you marry Ari? Man said, his mom said, I packed you a lunch. You nearly forgot it. When are you going to get your mind straight, you silly boy? There's plenty of salted herring, so share with the others. And don't forget to eat your onions. Okay, Ma. Sheesh. Now get out of here. How can you speak to your own mother that way? We'll continue this conversation when I get back. Promise you'll wait for me, Ilva. Oh, right. They leave today. Well, I hope he doesn't get himself killed. Ilva! Do you have a minute? I'd like to talk. Hang on, I'm first. Hey, Ilva! Could you try someone else? I swear, am I the only young woman in town? Ugh. Make sure you get enough to eat. And remember to bathe yourself on Saturday, my son. I know, Mama, I know. On my grandfather's axe, I swear, I will bring home a giant barrel full of gold coins. Look at our boys, ready for battle. I don't know. Only 5? It's not much of a force. Well, Thor said 5 was best. He would know, so if he says so. But it's barely enough men to move a ship. True, but who are we to question him? Hey, Ari, the hell were you talking about with Ilva? Shove it, loser. You keep your stinking meat hooks off her, Mord. Better watch your back in battle, Ari. You'd be wise to do the same, Mord. Ari. What? Be careful out there. Sure. Yo. I'll cut off your ugly head. I'd like to see you try. Young miss. Worried about Ari? I'll let you in on a little secret. Huh? What? They're not going to battle. Keep it a secret. We'll swing by Norway on the way to Jomsburg. Thors is planning to leave the youngsters behind when we land. While in Norway, Thors will hire a new crew from the king to help him travel to Jomsburg. I was friends with the last king, so he'll help us. And then, once I've concluded my business, I'll bring back the lads with me. Besides, how can you have a battle with only 5 men? 5 just happens to be the maximum number I can ferry back to Iceland in my little ship. Thor's won't take a single one of them to England. That's just the kind of man he is. Thorfinn! Where are you, son? Thorfinn! Mr. Leaf? Huh? Does that mean Thor's is going into battle alone? Man oars! Aye! Oh boy. What kind of oar is that? I don't believe this. Thorfinn! How can he miss seeing his own father off? He must still be sulking over that scolding he got yesterday. Helga. Yes? Tell Thorfinn that, well, I know. I'll tell him. Good. Thanks. That's so sad that, like, even when he knows he's kind of going off to die, he can't even, like, he can't even outwardly say that he loves his son. Like, you know what I mean? That's, woo, that 10th century culture, y'all. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my goodness. You know? Just awful. Okay. Row. Alright, they moving. Whoa. Seriously? Oh, wow. What preposterous strength. Don't just sit there. Yo. Wow, he did that. What preposterous strength. Don't just sit there, fool. Row, row. Good luck. Bring me something nice. Hoist sail. Ooh, they tired. Take the rudder for me, Ari. Moored, Magni. Adjust the sail. Hakon and Grim. The crossbeams. My hands are torn to shreds. My arse. Come on your feet. Yo, what are you, tired? Not at all. Don't worry, we won't need to row for a while. We've reached the current, so the ship will travel on its own for now. Does that mean we can't go back, Father? I suppose it does. Yo, bruh, I'm done. Why? Yo, Father. Oh my god, Thorfinn's too much, man. I should have realized he snuck in on the ship. Oh, I can't, yo. Are you serious right now? Thorfinn, what in the world? Just a second. Yo, then he went to go and he went to go pee. I can't, yo. This kid is too much, man. Whew, just in time. Oh my goodness. Why, you little imp. Father. Yeah, it's the sea. Oh boy. Chapter 8 end. Oh my goodness. I gotta stop there because that's so funny. But it's a good place to end because, like, their journey has started, but it hasn't, like, really started in earnest, right? Like, they haven't gone through particular things yet. Those are some really good chapters. I like those chapters a lot. That was cool. I like that. That was dope. This is good. I'm really enjoying this manga so far, and I'm also glad that the chapters aren't like super long anymore. Because if they were, I would have read like half the number of chapters. I would have only read 3, because those first 2 chapters were long, but they were really good, but they were long. You know, reacting to super long chapters, like, you know, it's like cool, but it's also like you can only react to so many. because after a while your voice just gets, tired. Your throat gets tired. So I gotta be careful about it. But these chapters were dope. I really enjoyed them. Thorfinn though, what a kid, But I also think, it's obvious, right? Like, and I think it happens with a lot of children. But I think because it's like the 10th century, like it's so far back that, like the culture, it's like even more so, right? Like if you're taking a look at this in a 21st century lens, like with a 21st century critical lens, it won't work. Not in the way that you would want it to, right? Like you can't look at Thorfinn and be like, but it's the 21st century. What are you doing? It's not. It's 10th century. And that's how it is. Like even more so, right? Like that father-son relationship, especially within warrior cultures, it's huge. So of course he's like, I'm gonna be a warrior no matter what, right? Like no matter what. You're not going to convince me. You're a warrior, Dad. You're not going to convince me not to be a warrior. You're a warrior. And it's very sort of like straightforward, that straightforward kind of like basic level thought process. And that's how that is. It's not to say that there's nothing complicated going on within those cultures or anything like that. But like I think when it comes to that, when it comes to certain relationships, very straightforward. Right? In that surface level sort of way. So Thorfinn is just like, I'm going to be a warrior. I'm coming on the ship. I'm going to use a real sword. I'm going to fight. And we knew that, we understood that, right? Like, once Thor's made the decision to go to sea, we knew, like, I was like, oh, Thorfinn is going to have to see Askeladd kill his father in some way. Right? Like, he's going to have to be there. Right? Ain't no TV. Yeah? Ain't no app. Ain't no iPad. Right? So he's gonna have to see that. So I really enjoy the just sort of like how the story is moving, and it's in a very organic way. It just feels so organic. It's like, dude was like, all right, I know like Thorfinn's like, I know I'm getting scolded, but I also gotta go take a whiz. Like I've been holding it since, Oh my goodness, I can't. So just, it's very organic. And I like that. And it doesn't feel like anything is sort of like forced in any sort of way. I'm enjoying this. I'm really enjoying the story so far. And what I suggest, like, and again, like, this is a manga that I would suggest to someone who likes, manga that sort of deal with like tactics and war and that sort of thing. And that's not to say like, you have to like war, but like sort of sort of like examines war in a particular way. I think the Vinland Saga does that in a cool way. Yeah. So I like that. There were a few things that I really love. They're like the paneling, The paneling is particularly strong, especially when it comes to sort of like the end of chapters. I mean, most manga have to be that way, right? Like if a manga is sort of dealing with is like a battle manga in a sense, then your paneling has to be really, really strong when it comes to sort of like the end of your chapters, certain moments. They got to be powerful. And Vinland Saga does that really well. But I think what's very particular is that it does sort of like its battle choreography is very good. But I think even more importantly, so far, throughout 8 chapters, we really see just how dope the interactions, right? The unspoken interactions between, or the nonverbal interactions between characters, like, and also like the nonverbal interactions between characters and objects. I love that. Like, that's like the best. Like when you again, I talked about that earlier in the video, talking about Faxi and Thorfinn, and Faxi seeing Thorfinn just become like just even more entrenched in this warrior culture and this like, I gotta be a warrior like my daddy, like that sort of thing. And Faxi just being like, oh my goodness, I liked you, man, doing too much. Oh, now you want to go to war. Now it's another person that I care about that's probably gonna end up dead at some point. Like that. My heart goes out to Faxi, really does. And the way that it did it, just like in 4 panels, nothing was said in those 4 panels, but you immediately understood just what was happening when it came to Faxi and his thought process, and Thorfinn and his thought process. And so how those things were related, and how those thought processes are related. That was really cool. That's really cool. I like that. And then that other panel that I talked about, during the chapter, I want to say that was chapter 7, when Thorfinn is, looking for weapons, and he's like, I need some weapons. I need some weapons. I need a weapon. I need a real sword. I gotta level up as soon as possible. And he just has like this like battle frenzy kind of going on. And he hasn't even really experienced war, right? So it's like a faux battle frenzy. It's like a battle frenzy that doesn't have any real depth to it, any real weight to it, in that sense. So he's looking for weapons, and then he finds his dad's weapons. And there are so many different things that are happening within the paneling that sort of showcase, again, like I talked about it earlier, just like what Yukimura's doing with the panels, with Thorfinn's interaction with his dad's swords. That was great, right? Where it's like, this is his dad. These are his dad's weapons. At this point, they are not his weapons. Right? So there's a way in which Yukimura decides to say, okay, I want Thorfinn to see his reflection within these swords, and to see and to see something particular. And while Thorfinn does marvel at the blades, Yukimura does a very particular. He makes a very particular aesthetic choice, right? To say, okay, I'm gonna like make Thorfinn's like mouth kind of look even more childlike than usual, right? I'm gonna show that gap, right, in his teeth, to be like, this guy, you're a child. This is what's reflected. This is what his father's weapons are showing him, that he's not ready for that responsibility because he is a child. So then just as quickly as his father's weapons sort of like show him that in a sense, right? Then his father comes through and is like, what are you doing? Right? Almost immediately. He's like, nah. I don't know what you doing, Thorfinn. Boy, you better, right? He's like, boy, you better. All right? That like immediately. And I love that. And the reaction, and Thorfinn and then Thorfinn showcasing that he's a kid. He's a child. So he reacts in a childish way, right? He's just like, don't treat me like a kid. Right? This is what kids do. Kids do this all the time. They always be like, don't treat me like I'm a child. I'm not that young. Yeah. And they're tiny, And you get that in kindergarten. You get that in kindergarten. Kindergarten is like, I already know that. You don't have to treat me like a kid. I already know that, right? And they're in kindergarten. They just recently figured out how not to, poo themselves. But they're going on and on about, don't treat me like a child. Stop it. Okay? So that scene it's just very well done. That's the kind of writing that I'd like to see. There's a lot sort of happening there. There's a lot of subtleties happening, and I appreciate that. I appreciate those subtleties. And I think that it's things like that. So so when I'm looking at, other manga and other paneling and things like that, I think the best manga do that well. They pair their art and their storytelling in a way that feels very organic. And it doesn't feel like they're doing too much or trying to like showcase too much in this very like over the top kind of way. And I think Vinland Saga so far has done a really great job at that. There are these moments that are just very like subdued in a sense, and sometimes in an aesthetic sense, but are very powerful. The panel at the end with Thor's, where he's contemplating, his decision after he sold the sheep to free the slave, and it's like, this slave dies free, but then you have to sort of think about it, right? But then Thor's is also thinking like, did I really save him though? And and it's hard. It's a difficult thing, right? There are individuals who are like, yeah, I'm gonna die free. That's what I gotta die free. And there's a lot of like power in that, and I think there's a lot of that's important. That's important, you know. At the same time, I think that it's a difficult thing, right, to sort of make that decision and to say, okay, well, yes, I bought the slave, but why didn't I kill that dude who was enslaving folks? And of course, you have to think, well, because if I kill this guy, then another person's gonna, become a slave. Is gonna become the slave master, and it's this vicious cycle, And Thor's is someone who's not really he was not trying to kill folks anymore. So it's a lot. That chapter really it resonated with me in a very poignant fashion. Really, really did. I think if there is a chapter that to me really makes me sort of say, oh, Vinland Saga is dope, it is that one. It is chapter 4. Chapter 4 is the chapter for me. That's like, oh, this is gonna be something else. This is gonna be one of those type of manga where they're really trying to like say something and really trying to promote conversation, and promote discussion with their chapters. I really like that. That was dope. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. All right, because I gotta go. All right, and I streamed for quite some time. I streamed for a little over an hour. All right, but these chapters are dope. These chapters are dope. I'm gonna say that. Really good. Really good. I must say, these chapters were. Must say, I'm impressed. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here, y'all. Okay, thank y'all for coming through to part 2 of the Vinland Saga Read-A-Thon. Again, I am gonna be starting up a Patreon. That's gonna be starting up April 2nd. All right, so look out for that when it does come. I'm definitely gonna try to have, I'm gonna be working to have manga reviews of certain manga. Definitely gonna have definitely gonna try to do that at some point. Of Vinland Saga, reviews of the chapters that I read and that sort of thing, amongst other things. So look out for that. All right. Thank y'all for coming through. Shouts out to Justine for coming through in the chat. All right. And anybody else I was watching, shouts out to you for coming through as well. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. All right, maybe I'll get a Spy Family reaction going in. I'm not sure. Let me see. All right, I'm the Black Manga Critic. Well, I might leave that for Sunday. I don't know. All right, I'm the Black Manga Critic. Thank y'all for coming through, and